If you've been on the internet in the last 3 months, you have probably seen a lot about ChatGPT and how it is changing the way we write articles, video scripts, and homework. It has become so popular that even people like Elon Musk have tweeted about it, and one tweet that recently went out was something that I have been thinking about a lot over the past few months or so, which is, will ChatGPT change propaganda? If you've been following the news about China and the US, you will probably know the two countries are currently in the middle of a media war. The US Congress has proposed a bill that would fund over $500 million for negative news coverage of China, and China has been spending billions per year on media coverage and wolf warrior tactics. I've been working on a video about this for some time now, but it's a really big topic and difficult to explain. So let's focus on one aspect that I think will change the media landscape moving forward. First, let's quickly talk about what ChatGPT is and how it is being used. According to ZDNet, it is a natural language processing tool driven by AI technology that allows you to have a human-like conversation and much more with a chatbot. The language model can answer questions and assist you in tasks such as composing emails, essays, and code. The bot is being used by many people for different projects. Many people are using it to code software or small apps, and other people are using it to write articles, video scripts, essays, and even books. I want to focus on the articles and video scripts because that is how the media companies are using it to write and rewrite propaganda. In the past, a company would need to hire a native level writer to write an article or video script for a news site. There was some limited use of AI software to create outlines and paraphrase text, but ChatGPT takes that to a whole nother level. It is now possible for just about anyone to input text into ChatGPT and with limited language skills produce an article or video script that sounds natural and native. This is a huge deal because when I was working at a Chinese media company, it was impossible for most of my Chinese coworkers to write articles and scripts at a native English level. I usually needed to edit their articles or even rewrite them. Now they can take their scripts and input it into ChatGPT and ask it to refine it or make it sound more American or more British, or even to rewrite it with a specific tone or style. Just think about that for a second. China, Russia, Iran, and other countries can now use AI software to write or rewrite articles and scripts to an almost native English level, despite their own language abilities. If AI software like ChatGPT or another version that pops up becomes even more refined, it will be impossible for readers to know who wrote the article or video script. It also means that content farms will be able to produce a lot more content every day. This will become incredibly difficult to stop and also incredibly difficult to distinguish between real articles and fake news. When I was working for a media company, it would take 1 or 2 days for my Chinese colleagues to complete a video script and another 4 to 6 days to produce a video. If AI software can help write 4 or 5 scripts per day, the wave of content that we are about to see hit the internet will be overwhelming. And this goes both ways. US or Western media will be able to produce hundreds of negative articles and videos about China every day. Of course, this is already happening, but with the help of AI, that can increase tenfold. If these types of software really start to make it into media companies and content farms, the results will be devastating. How will anyone be able to tell the real news from the fake news? Currently, if I see a really crazy headline, I look to see if other sites are posting about the story. If I can't find other sites verifying the story, I usually rule it out and consider it fake news. But if AI software can produce hundreds or thousands of articles per day, it will become more and more difficult to sort through the real and fake news. If we add in AI voice software and deepfakes, it will soon become impossible to know what is real and what is made up by some shady media company looking to make money or create distrust around a topic or story. It will become incredibly easy to wag the dog. Media companies will be able to fake entire color revolutions and have thousands of articles and videos to support their claim. There will be protests that aren't real, but videos and photos showing it is happening. The thing about this is once we go down this road, there is no turning back. Truth and fact will no longer matter, and even if it is exposed to be fake, it will have served a purpose by creating mistrust. Some people will believe it because it fits in their worldview, and others will stop believing altogether because it will become impossible to prove something is real. We'll end up in a world where people will not believe something unless they see it with their own eyes and in real life. I already get a ton of comments from people saying I'm lying about China and the videos I'm recording are fake or photoshopped. I wish I had those skills, but my shaky cam footage is real and poorly produced. Imagine if and when these technologies become better. I can foresee a world in about 5 to 10 years where the technologies are so advanced it will be impossible for the average media consumer to distinguish between real content and deepfakes or real news stories and fake articles. This is a scary place we're headed towards because once the truth is set aside, we only are left with what we believe. Most people in the US believe China, Russia, Iran, and other nations are dangerous and quote-unquote bad. These people will not travel to these countries to find out for themselves and will not believe the people that have lived or traveled to these countries. This is the current media environment that we're living in. So just imagine what will happen if AI and deepfakes are unleashed on their already warped opinions about countries. The biggest problem I see is there's almost nothing that can be done to stop this technology. Some countries will try to ban it, but like anything else that people find useful or want to use, they will find a way around the bans. Another option is to regulate it. Countries could pass laws about how and when these AI technologies can be used, or they could create some kind of real name and identification system for using these technologies. But the biggest problem is, if a bad actor wants to use these technologies, they will find a way around the identification systems or bans. I really think this will become a major issue in the next 10 years. The technologies are now hitting a level that could fool a casual news consumer, and they are only going to get better. So I pass the question off to you. What do you think can or should be done to ensure these types of technologies don't cause mass panic or even war? What should governments do, if anything, to restore trust in media and keep it from deteriorating more? Trust in media is already at an all-time low, and I don't think these technologies will help with restoring trust or confidence in the media. And if we can't trust each other or the news, it will lead to more misunderstandings and possibly violence. Leave a comment below to let me know what you guys think of these AI tools and if you think it will be a problem in the future. Many of you voted in my last poll, and I agree with most of your votes. I think these tools can be really useful, but if not controlled or properly managed, it could create a lot of problems in the future. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to watch another video, you can click here.